we're going to fill in the heading once we understand what these two problems are, okay? So first, I want to think about you as a consumer. Okay, you're a consumer. That means, you're the kind of person who's buying stuff from other people and paying money for it, okay? But as a consumer, we have a problem, okay? There's stuff that we want, the stuff we want that we can't afford. Stuff we can't afford. There's lots of stuff that you probably want that you can't afford. Come on, give me some examples. They're not hard to pick up. Yep.
Range Rover.
A Range Rover, a car. Thank you.
A Range Rover.
Give me another one. Someone on the side. Yeah, Joe. A tank. Okay, Jacob. A nice house. Excellent. Okay, so one more, Nathan.
Like a submarine or something like really.
Okay, I'm going to put those all under the heading of. Pen down.
Jewelry.
We will talk about stuff like that's big, like businesses, a bit later on. But for now, I'm thinking about like as a consumer. If you want to buy a business, that doesn't really make you a consumer. That makes you a business owner. Anyhow. So we said vehicles ranging from the expensive to the somewhat ridiculously expensive. We also said homes, right? But even smaller stuff than that, like anything you go down to, like say Harvey Norman. If you want to buy something like a big TV, say, right? Like how much do you guys reckon this TV costs?
1,000.
About 1,000, maybe, depending on how good a deal you get.
About 1,000.
So, okay, so there you go. There is an introductory list of stuff we want, but we can't afford it. Okay, and this is a problem for us as consumers. Okay, there's the first problem. You've got a whole bunch of consumers, and they want stuff they can't afford. Here's the second problem.
Things we want.
Yeah, that's right. I want you to put the shoe on the other foot now. Okay, picture yourself, and we've done this before, right? As a retailer, not a consumer who buys stuff, a retailer who sells stuff. Okay, now you've got all of the. Maybe you're a car salesman, right? A car dealer, or maybe you own a Harvey Norman, store or something like that. Now here's the thing, right? You've got stuff you want to sell, right? But you can't sell it. You can't sell stuff because people, they can't afford it. Kind of. Let me explain what I mean. People can't afford it. And I'll put it afford, and maybe you should put afford in inverted commas. Here's the idea, right? These days, typical salary, if you're a professional, you're earning tens of thousands of dollars per year, right? But you still can't just go out and buy a TV or buy a car, all those kinds of things, because they take a lot of money, like in a big chunk. Like, sorry, Chloe, how much is a Range Rover? I know there's a Range, but give me an example.
Very expensive.
Give me an example. Give me a number.
70
70 grand, okay? Do they go up from there? Is that like...
Yeah.
So 70 grand is like basic model. Now, almost no one has access to just $70,000 just sitting there, right? It's like, oh, cool. I'll just go to an ATM, withdraw my $70,000, right? And go buy it. So here's what I mean, right? When we say we can't afford it, in inverted commas, right? It means I don't have access to that big sum of money all at once. Maybe over a period of time, but we tend not to be very good as a society at like saving money. We tend to spend it fairly quickly. Right? So here we go. We got two problems. One from the consumer's point of view, and the other from the retailer's point of view. And some guy, some genius, or maybe many of them, thought of one solution that deals with both of these problems at once. Does anyone know what it is? Yeah. It's okay if you don't, or if you have a different suggestion. The question is, look, we got two problems, right? The consumers want to buy stuff, can't afford it. Retailers, they want to sell stuff, but the people they want to sell to, it's a very narrow set of the population. It's like your Keanu Reeves who have millions of dollars. But there's a solution for this. Yeah, Luke.
Payment plan.
Aha. Okay. Now, payment plan is perfect phrase. The textbook gives it another phrase which I'm going to put on it, and then we'll put payment plan after that. It's called buying or purchasing on terms. Right? Now, this is the heading. This is the heading. So this has lots of other names. So another example is a payment plan. Right? Another thing that this gets called is sometimes you say, I want to buy this on finance, or I'm going to get this financed, right? even though finance is a very broad word that just means anything to do with money, right? When they say, and I'll show you some examples in a second, I'm going to buy this and get it financed, okay? This is what they mean. Really, in some ways, it's just like a special kind of loan, and I'll explain how it works. Okay, here's the principle. I want to purchase an expensive object. Let's go for the Range Rover, shall we? Okay.
And that black one.
Range Rover, right? I want to buy one, but I don't have the $70,000 just sitting around. Okay, so here's what I do. I say to the dealership, look, I promise, okay, that I will pay you all of the money eventually, okay, if you let me have the car now and let me start driving it. In fact, not only will I promise to pay you the $70,000, right? Maybe I'll promise to pay a bit more than $70,000. Say something like $90,000. Okay. Now, just think about this. Okay. That's a big jump in money. Okay, but it's actually not that unusual, as you'll see shortly. Okay. This is a win-win for both of us. Can you see why it's a win? Why is it a win for the consumer? I get the car. I will not have $70,000 for like years and years and years and years. But I get the car now and I get to use it. That's really good. Why is it good for the retailer?
He gets more money.
Yeah, that's right. He gets more money. He gets like a stream of income, and not only that, it means he can sell stuff to a much bigger group of people. People who don't necessarily have, this amount of money lying around, right? But it's like, I can afford a bit here and there, like on a regular payment sort of schedule. And so this is a win-win. It solves both problems, kind of. Okay?